There are two ways to add an experience into Early Works. The first way is to add it as a next experience when we're creating an observation, and I've already been through that with you in the previous videos. What I'm going to do now is show you how to manually add an experience or how to forward plan in Early Works. To do that, so to add an experience manually, we just click on Experiences in the program that we're working in. So I click on Experiences and then I click Add New Experience. And like when we added the observation, what I suggest you do is fill out the General Information tab first and then work your way through the other tabs until you have finished creating the experience. So the program is already there. The experience name, I'm going to call this Cutting Out Skills. And with the date, we just add in the date that we want this experience to be added to the program. So we might want to start doing this on Monday the 23rd of December. Then the framework is already there. The narrative, that is just a description of what you're going to be doing. So let's just say this particular experience I'm adding because I've noticed that a lot of the kindy children are really struggling to use scissors. So I'm creating an experience that's going to help them to develop their cutting out skills. So in the narrative, I would just write down a description of that experience. So I might say something like, we will provide the children with a variety of shapes to cut out and so on. So that's my description of what we're going to do. I would add more detail on that, but for now that will do. Okay, up here we've got the evaluation of learning. We don't need to worry about this just now. What will happen is when we link an observation to this experience, then a link to that observation will appear up here and Early Works will do that for us. And when we have actually carried out the experience, we can do an evaluation of the experience here. So this is where we evaluate how effective was this experience in achieving the intended outcomes. So what might we do differently if we were to repeat this experience with the children? Then we've got some visibility options. If I haven't finished creating the experience yet, I might save it as a draft. If I don't want the families to see this experience on the program when they view the program in Early Works, I say not visible to families. If I only want this to be visible to the children planned for, then I click on this button here, visible only to families linked to children planned for. So you might do that for a behaviour plan or if you have a child with special needs. And if I want all of the families in the room to see this experience when they view the program, I would make it visible to all families. Then we just go through the tabs. So preceding observations. This is when I would link to the observations that led to me planning this experience. So if it was in one of these observations here in the January program that we've noticed the children were struggling with scissors, I would link to those observations there, or it could even be from a previous program. I can link to observations from any program. Or I have the option of using this non-program related option. So for this, I might say that this is actually educator initiated intentional teaching. So I'm going to click on that button there, particularly if I haven't noted in any of the observations that the children are struggling with scissors. And we've got some other non-program related options there as well. Then the children planned for. So this is where we click on the names of the children that we're planning this experience for. I'm going to plan for all of the children in the kindy room, so I just click on all. Then the intended outcomes. So these are the outcomes that we're intending to develop in this particular experience, and I'm going to go with 4.4 and 4.3, and then resources. Here we can add any images or PDFs or Word documents that are going to help with our planning. So in this instance, we could create, maybe we've got PDFs of the shapes that we're going to use. I could save those there if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry for now. Then quick evidence. So if I think that this experience could be used as evidence for my quick I just click on the quality area, standard or element that I feel that this experience is evidencing. And then I just click on update record. And now I can see that the cutting out skills experience is ready for me to start using and create observations of in the Kindy program, the January program in the Kindy room.